Why buy your next vehicle from Community Motors of Mason City?
Great service from 3 locations: Community in Monroe, Community Motors Westside, and Mason City Ford. 10 new franchises and hundreds of vehicles to give you more choices. Plus, Community offers an exclusive 3-3 warranty on pre-owned vehicles and 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty on new. Need more reasons why? Stop or visit CommunityAutoGroup.com.
Because nobody beats a community deal, nobody.
Meeting of the Board of Supervisors to order. Before us we have today's agenda and the minutes of the meeting of April 3rd.
Well, at this time I would approve the agenda in the minutes of the past meeting of April 3rd.
I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to approve today's agenda and the minutes of the meeting of April 3rd. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business?
I have none.
Okay, let's move to new business. Mary?
The guys are hauling rock to the gravel roads, preparing them for dust control. Tomorrow we're looking at closing B20 at the curves east of Highway 65 to reset that forward. It should take a day, and then we should have that backfilled, and then we'll need to get it patched over, then the road should be back open. And we've had notice posted alongside the road. It's kind of worked well in the past. We did it with B20 over there, and we did some patching to notify like the local traffic that's utilizing the road. So most people should be aware that it's going to be closed for a day this week. And then tomorrow is the NIACOG Policy Board meeting, and they're going to be considering enhancement projects and STP projects, and our enhancement project for the trail is going to be in that group. So
I will see you there.
yep, and then the Policy Board will make a recommendation to DOT, and the DOT will still have to review those, but the application is in order, so there shouldn't be any problems at the DOT level either. So.
Other than just grading, do we have any heaving or frost miles this year? Or
not too bad. We're actually in really good shape. We didn't lose a whole lot of rock this winter to plowing, and their frost boils have not been showing up yet, fingers crossed. So, I mean, the frost wasn't real deep.
No.
So hopefully most of it's truly out, and if there was going to be a problem, hopefully it would have shown up by now. So, not a whole lot of problems yet.
Very good.
So that's
Bill,
good.
questions?
No, we went over the light in there earlier.
Yeah, if Kay has any questions,
Certainly.
she can call Stephanie.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
Let's move to County Auditor's business claims.
I'm here for your consideration this morning.
Okay, at this time, the chairman accept a motion to accept the claims and authorize the signature on such claims presented this morning.
Okay, I'll second that. Motion's been made and seconded to accept the claims and authorize the chair's signature where appropriate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next item of business, payroll.
The only payroll change we have is for Rebecca Cutter in the recorder's office, who's transferring to the auditor's office. She will be a deputy as of May 1, but because of other transfers in the office, she'll be joining our office about a week earlier. So for that week's time, this is a payroll change to continue to pay her as a clerk for that week's time, but from the auditor's office. And that can be approved by motion.
And no monetary, just the
change
physical.
for her.
Okay.
It's just the department that will pay her for that week as a clerk until she becomes a deputy
Okay.
on May 1.
I would make a motion to that effect.
Okay, I'll second that.
Right.
Motion made and seconded to approve the payroll change for Rebecca Pronunciate, please.
Here, Cutter.
We'll accept that. Kier Cutter, from the recorder's office to the auditor's office. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There is no drain. Okay.
No drainage.
No drainage.
And what do we have here? We got the recorders, clerks, and sheriffs, and the auditors.
Right, they're all.
I'm holding 4. Okay. I would so make a motion to accept and approve and authorize the signatures on the clerk's monthly fees of the recorders and excuse me, sheriffs, auditors, and clerks. Okay.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the recorders, clerks, sheriffs, and auditors' reported fees. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Resolution to approve transfer of funds from the auditor's office.
The resolution is right here. There are 2 transfers. $925,000 is being transferred from the Rural Services Fund to the Secondary Road Fund, and $695,533.50 from the General Basic Fund to the Public Health Fund. Those are considered being presented to you in the form of a resolution.
Okay. I would move in favor to approve resolution number 41 for the fund transfer.
Second resolution, number 41, for the transfer as described by the clerk. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Precinct Atlas, authorized chair to sign memorandum of understanding with Mills County.
Okay.
And it's been a while since we've seen one of these, but Mills County is joining the Precinct Dallas Association, and counties do that by a memorandum of understanding with Cerro Gordo County.
Okay.
What number is that now?
Yeah, that was 47 plus.
Right in there. I can't give you a precise number.
Okay.
We're approaching 50.
At this time, I would so move to accept and authorize the letter of memorandum with Mills County concerning the Precinct Atlas voting apparatus.
I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to sign the memorandum of understanding with Mills County for Precinct Atlas. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Loaded up there today.
Okay. Item C, County Treasurer, motion to abate fiscal 12 taxes in the amount of $118 on a mobile home, VIN number 11457.
Okay.
It's on a junking certificate.
Okay. Pretty straightforward as we get from Pat all the time with the mobile homes that either disappear or junked.
Okay. So with that, I make a motion to abate the taxes on the said motor home and the VIN number represented there.
Okay, I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to abate taxes in the amount of $118 on a mobile home, VIN number 11457. It's been junked. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. D, documents.
We had 5 of them this morning.
Okay.
First one is DAC 50P at the end of Pascal Street, PM Park, 5 assignees and 5 hoists. DAC 51P at the end of Leroy Street, also in PM Park, 4 assignees and 4 hoists. DAC 55P at the end of Oak Street in Oakwood Park, 6 assignees and 6 hoists. DAC 57P at the end of Hill Street in Oakwood Park, 5 assignees, 2 with 2 hoists and the others with 1. And DAC 61P at the end of Maple Street, Oakwood Park, 4 assignees and 4 hoists. In all 5 cases, the assignees have acknowledged receipt of the DAC policy, both registrations and certificates of liability insurance have been received, and the appropriate fee paid. Recommend approval of all 5 of these.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, I'll second said.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve document numbers 50, 51, 55, 57, and 61P. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. E, Iowa Department of Economic Development, resolution approving multifamily rental unit funding application for Parker House properties. Okay, Myrtle, would you like to speak to this?
Oh, sure, I'd be happy to. The project is in downtown Mason City and is in the 2 upper stories of the Parker Opera House. So we have an historic building, we have a downtown area, and we know those are the heart of our communities, and we want to be able to maintain those well. And this puts a viable use into those upper 2 floors that have been vacant for many, many years. So it takes it from what is gutted empty space today and makes them into 13 single occupancy apartments. So it's a nice viable use. The funds are actually from the flooding of 2008, where they're trying to put housing units back into our communities that lost so many of them. And in this case, the budget is about $1.5 million, and the grant can fund about half of that.
Would you like to mention the timeline to get these apartments up and
Sure, yeah.
running?
The hope is that they're up and running by fall of next year is our timeline. So, whenever you have federal money, it takes a while just to get to the point where you can swing a hammer with the environmental requirements and the bidding and those kinds of things. So that's why it takes a while to get started. But once it gets started, he's really, primed and ready to go. So that's good news.
Are there any state or local matches with that?
Nope. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's no state or local government match with it. The local match is provided by the building owner himself.
Very good. Questions for Myrtle?
No.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
So at this time, I would propose resolution number 42 to approve the multifamily rental unit funding application for Parker House properties.
I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to approve resolution 2012 number 42 is described. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Why don't we can conduct one other item of business before it's public hearing time. Down to item H, manure management plans.
Yes, under letter H, we have 4 permits. They're existing. Some are actually, or one of them's at the periphery of, it's in Saratoga County, and manure is spread basically outside of Franklin. So at this time, I would so motion to accept and approve the 4 manure permit applications and further them on to the DNR.
Okay, I'll second that. With Bob gone, the burden falls to Phil to be the manure management expert. So
it's a gravity thing.
It is. So we'll be happy to accept your recommendation, Phil, and second your motion to approve items 1, 2, 3, and 4 under manure management plans. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any agreements and contracts?
Not at this time.
Any appointments?
No.
Correspondence or communication?
I have neither.
Okay. Just about 10 o'clock. Why don't we begin by Tom giving us a little some introductory comments concerning the issue with Red Power today.
Back on the 27th of March, you set today at 10 o'clock as a public hearing on the proposal to enter into a development agreement with Mason City Red Power Incorporated. As you know, we've previously established an urban renewal plan in an area for approximately 470 or so acres of land west of Mason City city limits, and established a tax increment financing district over that particular area as well. The terms of this proposed development agreement, as I reviewed with you on March 27th, are unchanged. It includes an obligation by Mason City Red Power to make a $1.7 million building investment and have that complete by December 31st of this year for the assessment year beginning January 1 of 2013. Makes a 100% rebate, excluding the amounts paid for debt service and school physical plant and equipment levies for the first 3 years, as long as Red Power maintains an average of 20 full-time equivalent employees during that 3-year period, or each year of those first 3 years, and then a 75% rebate the 4th year if there are 26 full-time employees, 50% the 5th year, and 25% the 6th year. And if they have less than 26 employees but more than 23, then the rebate is prorated in those last 3 years. Total rebates are not to exceed $200,000 in the aggregate. The first rebate would be made June 1st of 2015, with the final one being made June 1st of 2020. Red Power is required to make an annual certification on the number of employees by November 1st of each year, showing the monthly average for the preceding 11 months. Those terms are essentially unchanged from what I discussed with you at the meeting on the 27th when we set today's hearing. Randy Bobles from Red Power is here today. Should you have any questions for him, the action that you would take following the public hearing be to adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of the development agreement.
Thank you, Tom. Randy, do you have any comments you'd like to make?
I don't believe so. Our building construction is going as planned. Within a week of our schedule. Actually, we hope to have the building up and open by August 1st. With the wind and stuff like that, it's pretty hard to put on steel. The rock that we put in, it looked so nice beforehand. When we started building the project, it kind of disappeared into the mud. But that will come back, and we'll get back, and I'm sure we're going to have a nice looking building too.
Well, it looks like an impressive structure already. And
hopefully, I guess our biggest concern is finding qualified mechanics, technicians. They're really not mechanics anymore, they are technicians. We do have a program that we will help someone that is interested in becoming a technician. Hopefully there will be some interest. There's not many farm kids left anymore that want to become this, but as our machinery grows, that's why we built a new building, and the techs need to be, you just can't walk in off the street and pull a wrench anymore. So that's going to be a, we had that one go this last week. Kids nowadays sometimes don't realize they need to get to work on time.
Tom, did you want to mention the program at NIAC that's been established with, for the...
Yeah, we were informed at the last EDC meeting that NIAC has established a program primarily for this purpose, to train technicians to work on large machinery and equipment like this, as well as other diesel trucks and heavy equipment.
I'm glad to see the community college has taken that step. I mean, that's obviously a move in the direction of need, and for several years that program's not been in existence. It's nice to see a version of it reestablished. Phil, you have questions before we
other than just reiterate somewhat, I knew of an instance where the gentlemen there, they almost they free agency to go to the sport. And they like to have them sign contracts now, 5 years, because of all the investment in their schooling. And it's a lot to do with the GPS and all this technology that, like you said, it's way beyond what it used to be. It's just quantum leaped. I mean, from just seemed like it was overnight. I don't know, the last 5-10 years. It's just, and then as we speak next year, it'll be just that much higher, ramped up.
The GPS will be one or two of the new positions. Actually, they've been created. We just need to find the proper people. you're right. Pretty soon we'll be able to sit in the house and do some of this, I think.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we'll open the public portion of our hearing. Comments from the public? I hear no comments from the public.
Okay, well, with that, not hearing any, I'll make a motion to close the public portion of the hearing.
I'll second. Motion made and seconded to close the public portion of our hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, resolution approving and authorizing the execution of the development agreement between Saragordo County and Red Power.
I would so move in favor of resolution number 43.
Okay, I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to approve resolution 2012 number 43, development agreement with Red Power. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let me just say we really appreciate the opportunity to work with you. You know, this is the first establishment of a TIF district in the county. You know, I think the plans that you have and the dimensions of the possible growth that you have are really promising. We think that's a great thing, and you know, we're certainly hopeful the rest of the area will also begin to have new development in it, and we'll see some real benefits and job growth in that TIF area, because certainly if there's a number one issue in this county and obviously in this country, it's the development of quality jobs. You know, working men and women who want to work, and it's critical that we find employment opportunities for people. So
we appreciate you folks working with us.
You know, we appreciate your investment. Okay, thank you. Okay, having concluded that business, at 10:10 we have a public hearing on the South Harbor First Subdivision. Tom, can you fill about 2.5 minutes of time before we have a public hearing?
I will do my best. South Harbor First Subdivision is a proposed 2-lot subdivision of 2.09 acres on the south side of South Shore Drive, across from the Bell Harbor Methodist Camp subdivision. It's zoned R2, single family residential. That zoning classification will remain unchanged. Lot 1 is 1.37 acres in size. It's got an existing 66.5 foot by 120.5 foot building on it already. Lot 2 is 0.72 acres. It is along the western, let's say, third of the parcel. It's accessed from an existing driveway off of South Shore Drive. The plat shows a 50-foot by 70-foot ingress-egress easement across Lot 1 to access proposed Lot 2. This parcel has some history. As I said, it's zoned single-family residential. Back in 1994, the County Board of Adjustment granted a variance to the western home for the existing building to be used for storage. So the property basically has been in continuous private storage since being sold by the western home. What they propose here are private storage condominiums where each unit will be owned instead of having like rental mini storage. Each unit will be owned individually, and we have a similar structure like this in Grandview Edition, where the individual garages are owned. This request is to divide the property only. The Board of Adjustment will have to consider a request at some time in the future to grant a variance if they propose an additional building on Lot 2. And then they'll also have to decide whether the existing building can be used as a storage condominium. Board of Adjustment, in granting any variance, can attach conditions as they feel are necessary to make sure that the development is compatible with its surroundings. There were several corrections that the county engineer had noted that needed to be made to the plat. Those have been made. The plat had to go through the approval process in the city of Ventura and the city of Clear Lake because the subdivisions within 2 miles of both of their boundaries, and has been approved by their city councils. There is a drainage tile that runs through here. It's a private drainage structure, and I'm sure that will be a consideration of the Board of Adjustment should they end up considering any variance requests for constructing a building on proposed Lot 2. The Planning and Zoning Commission approved this plat at their meeting on March 1st, and we've just been waiting for the plat to go through the process with the cities of Ventura and Clear Lake before it came to you today. Jacqueline Arthur is here representing the platters, who are Phil Cronin and Steve Loggy.
Jacqueline, comments?
Good morning, Jacqueline Arthur with the Heine Law Firm. Tom took 2.5 minutes and he said pretty much everything I was going to say, so I don't want to belabor the point.
Well, great minds think alike.
Well, thank you for considering me in Tom's company there.
We both graduated from Iowa State.
There you go.
We won't hold that against you.
It is a 2-lot subdivision. The owners do intend to make a request to the Board of Adjustment, assuming that you approve the plat process today, to convert the existing building into the condominium form of ownership. As Tom pointed out, that'll allow individual owners to own a unit in the building rather than one building, one owner with then leases. Gives more personal storage. As Tom said, the Board of Adjustment will be charged with placing appropriate conditions to maintain the neighborhood aesthetics, to also probably limit it to personal storage. So we don't anticipate the Board of Adjustment allowing us to lease the units for commercial purposes, but rather for owners, say for example in the Bell Harbor subdivisions, to have a place to store their summer equipment and things like that. I would assume also the Board of Adjustment will put conditions on screening, put conditions on outdoor storage, those types of things. With regard to Lot 2, which is the undeveloped lot, one of the reasons that we're here today is so that all the land is not committed to the storage condominium. This allows the developer to market that property for any use in the R2 zoning district. It could be used for a single-family home, anything else that's allowed in the R2 district. So at this point, although the owners would like to be optimistic that their project will succeed in the existing building and that they'll be back making a request to build a second building, we're also planning that for the possibility that that Lot 2 may be used for any purpose which would be authorized and allowed under the R2 district. As Tom indicated, we are not requesting a change of zone to any kind of commercial format, as we don't believe that would be appropriate for the neighborhood. So I'm here to answer any questions that you or the public might have regarding the project, but I would ask for your approval of the subdivision. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Jacqueline. That, for reference, would be across the street from the old Hanson Marina. I don't know what they call that now.
No, this is across from Methodist Camp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So a little further down.
All right. That is kind of gets into no man's land there. You know, it's kind of sparsely. There's more room. You know, it's not so congested. There's
especially on that side of South Shore
yes.
Drive.
Okay,
yeah, that's a big chunk of ground for that. 2 acre. Okay.
Okay, at this time we will open the public portion of our hearing. Comments from the public? Questions? I hear no comment.
Okay. Not hearing any, I would so move in favor of closing the public portion of this hearing.
I'll second. Motion made and seconded to close the public portion of our hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, resolution to approve or deny the South Harbor First subdivision. Be resolution 2012 number 44. I'd make a motion to approve that resolution.
Okay. I would so second that. It's resolution 43 and 44. Okay.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded to approve resolution 2012 number 44. The South Harbor First subdivision. Any comment? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Having concluded that business, we have only one other item.
And I would so move in favor of adjournment.
Okay, I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.